artist, and this is my response to the diplomatic standoff between Canada and the UAE. Canada is a well-respected and loved country all over the world, or in the world, with an excellent reputation in tolerance and peacekeeping, and also the advancement of women. The UAE is also has escalated their growth factor as far as being more global, but also the values need to be really instilled in a very positive way. Dubai may be overestimating themselves in tourism and their debt crisis, and also they do not need to be continually relying on the resources of Abu Dhabi in order to keep the balance as far as their debt is concerned. So a lot of this is over landing rights. Etihad and Emira UL. I think the biggest conflict here that can be resolved is Etihad, the carbon footprint that Etihad and Dubai Emira UL, by increasing flights, by having the landing rates in Canada, by wanting and landing planes in Calgary or Vancouver, considering the length of the flights, would also be damaging and very potentially damaging long-term to Canada's environment, as the petroleum chemtrails that are used in these planes, and is not a good thing for Canada to increase these flights. I think the best option that Etihad and Emira may consider is by going green and reinvesting back into biofuels, and also having a carbon offset program and green operations as a part of their airlines. Yes, they are more reliant on fossil fuels in order to power these big jets. So I think the best alternative needs to be examined now as far as increasing their productivity and also saving their investments. So the values of greed and force are not acceptable. It just doesn't work. And I think that's a good thing that Canada is pulled out of their military base. That's a positive thing. So we're really hoping that as far as peaceful relations are concerned between Canada and the UAE as growth economic factor, by using the privileges that we had with the UAE and our special relationship in growing economic cooperation, by adding extra expenses on as a Canadian visa as far as tourism and or our business relations is concerned, will also, they may need to look at the value that they are getting in their relations with Canada, as far as Canada is a high growth factor in going green and also going beyond green towards sustainable measures in their business practices, and also our economy as far as the development of biofuels would be an excellent move towards the reliance on fossil fuels, because on the world market, fossil fuels is in the decline, and there also needs to be viable options. So the World Futures Energy Summit is in January, and this is something that they really need to take a closer look at as far as how they're going to have more peaceful cultural relations and ways of solving more of smoothing out these tensions, and looking at a more better plan of infrastructure within their cities, and how as far as Masdar is only one piece of the puzzle. That's only a community of 54,000 people in the future, and it will not be finished until 2016. Changes need to be made now, And I really hope that our governments will be able to come up with more viable solutions that are more friendly in our relations. This was my plan as far as cultural tourism and also the prospects of going green and working towards a greener economy on both of our economies as new growth factor. Also, I would like to be able to show you my artwork. It's taken me over 1,000 hours. I've done this by hand in respect to Islamic art and Islamic culture as tolerance, and also the fact that the UAE citizens have had to get a visa in order to come to Canada. That is something that, you know, they have the advantage of our education, and our educational system is well used in the UAE. So that's something to consider also. This is my painting that I had made from the Prince of Abu Dhabi, Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, and I've done this by hand, and I was planning on presenting this painting at and attending the World Futures Energy Summit. And I really do not feel, with the expense of what is going on, I'm not certain, unless I receive some form of sponsorship in order to continue, that I'll be able to contribute my part in economic value development and also growth factor towards relations between Canada and the UAE. Thank you, merci, shakra.